Hello and welcome to the Space Between Ideas. I'm Blaine Gates. I'm hoping that you caught the intro to this new live series. In this live series, I hope to illuminate the ideas of Dr. Thomas J. Buckholtz. I met Dr. Thomas J. Buckholtz many years ago. Anyway, so you can see this is going to be a live video, and it means that it's like this is reality. Recently, we've been talking a lot about different. What's going on? Hello, and welcome to the Space Between Ideas. I'm Blaine Gates. The live timer has reset. All right, so we're going to do a live lecture series. What does that mean? It means over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a series of lectures, and I'm not going to edit them. So, also, there's an additional feature that I have with the live on the live function on YouTube, rather than the when you save and record and then upload. And so what actually happened was I was using CapCut, and with CapCut, you have the ability to upscale a video. What that means is my web camera, it's shooting at 720p, and upscaling, it means that they can increase the quality of your video. So you were able to upload like 1 gigabyte, which was like basically 10 minutes of video with my webcam. That's why we're getting 10-minute videos. It's actually because of the equipment that I'm using. And so I uploaded the video, and then it upscales the video. And then it also has a really cute feature where you can actually edit by editing the transcript. You just click the words and then delete them, and it will automatically also remove the video. It's like a video editing tool, but it's way faster. So yeah, I spent like 2 hours a day editing. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot of things. And well, the thing is that people who watch my videos, they don't necessarily have to be, pulled in with additional visual stimulation. So like, why am I adding words to my screen? It doesn't mean I'm not going to add words in the future. Also, because YouTube has the ability to share my screen, that means that I can depict my words with the actual thing, right? So it's been a really long time since I shared my screen. That's because I was using loom.com. That's a website where you are able to record yourself and also record your screen at the same time. And before, you could download your videos for free. Suddenly, you can't download your videos for free anymore. So I just started making videos with my regular webcam. And then you could upscale your videos on CapCut for free. And now they reduce the amount of gigabytes that you can upload. So right now, I can only upload 1 video to CapCut. It can't be upscaled, and then I can edit it. Okay, so let's compare YouTube, where it's going to be the same quality of video, but I can share my screen, in comparison to CapCut, where I can't share my screen. It's just, all right. So then the question is, how confident are you in public speaking, and can you contemporaneously speak? And do you have a dog who's going to constantly make noise all the time because he just likes to make noise all the time? And also, do you have neighbors who are renovating? And those are all important questions. Unfortunately, for now, we'll have to deal with those risks as they come along. So, welcome the many people here just say hello in the chat. If you're just kidding, this is the first. All right. The other thing is that over time, I mean, I could edit that out like later, right? We'll have to check out what the YouTube editing software suite looks like. Okay, so this is the lecture series on state purposes. Why state purposes? And why live? I think that state purposes is like if you watch my last 10 videos, I'm going over this concept that the world is comprised of people who have basic interests, desires. Some animals, we call this an instinct. So if we have an instinct, it means that something is telling us to eat, something is telling us to sleep, something is telling us to go catch something, hunt, something is telling us to mate, something is telling us to be part of a community. So there's just all these aspects of animal life. And all the different animal kingdoms, they approach these questions slightly differently. And suddenly with man, we have this ability to invent God. Like, what does that even mean? I don't know. But certainly my dog hasn't really been talking to me much about God recently. And why is it important? I also have done some thinking and some writing about the concept of where does religion come from? And I feel like that religion probably it comes from the concept of death, because if we didn't have death, if we didn't have the ability to think about death, then we wouldn't be thinking about life after death. And then if we stop thinking about life after death, then it means that we stop thinking about where does life come from, where is life going? And if you stop thinking about that, then what's the purpose of thinking about God? So you can understand why, like cultures and peoples over the millions of years that animals like us have been on the earth, you start to notice that people worship some kind of God which represents hope. Like they have a tree god, or like they have a watermelon god that gives them watermelons because, and they have weather god that gives them good weather. They have river god or rain dance or things like that. And they're like, what can we do to influence the elements around us? And the scientists eventually were like, man, you guys, it's all this God business. You guys are trying to influence the elements. Why don't you study the elements and we can get closer to a reality where we can control the elements? And so there's this constant debate about how do we approach influencing our life to provide for opportunities to get stronger and stronger hits of dopamine. So the currency is dopamine, and something in our brain just gives us this hit of chemical. Then the spirituality people come and they say, no, 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 it's not just dopamine. There's an emotional experience, and it's not just emotional, but actually it's spiritual. So it's like from another realm. Scientists are like, you can't prove it. It's just emotional. Okay, great. So humans have emotions. You can feel things. And the spiritualists, they say, no, I saw a, and then they have this trump card. They're like, I saw an angel. What are you going to do? So if you're a scientist, then it's your responsibility to investigate that claim. How can you let people walking around saying, hey, I saw an angel? And then you have a consistent representation of angels and spiritual type figures communicating with people, and those people are writing down messages, and there's some consistency to these messages over time. And it's like, what do you got in science? And they're like, all we do is build stuff. So it's not even the same conversation. Like, you guys build stuff. We have emotional experiences which try to give us hope to, I don't know, to affect the dopamine in our brains. Okay. It's like, I don't know. I just don't even know where to go with this conversation. And that's why I feel like philosophy, oh, I love philosophy. It's ridiculous. It's like, what's the point of philosophy? I don't know. Why? So let's return to the lecture series. This is the problem with live videos, because I can't like start over and then be like, okay, actually, I wanted to talk about something else. So what I'm saying is that humans, whether it's spiritual, whether it's emotional, whether it is scientific, in all of these instances, there's something which is causing you to be interested in something, to have desire. And in this lecture series, we're going to take a look at Let's see if it works now. So this is the test number 1. So Tom's going to be angry now. So I'm actually showing you Tom's book. This is his book, a page from his actual book. This is the state purposes direct outcomes checklist. Maybe you've been confused because you couldn't really understand what I meant by checklist. But this is one type of checklist. And since I want to keep all these videos to under 10 minutes, I got to go. Bye-bye.